Hi, Brent. This is your Uncle Robert, as if you couldn't tell, right? I was talking to your mom about your graduation, and of course, your mom's all excited about it, and your dad's all excited about it. And I was like, what can I do for Brent? And your mom says, why don't you make him a movie? Because Brent, I used to write these Christmas cards, I guess when I was in my teens, to my younger siblings. And I used to try to just acknowledge, where they've been and what they've done and their accomplishments and how well they're doing in life and all. And I realized, that's probably a really good idea. Make Brent a video because this is one of those times in your life when it's a rite of passage. And I know you're probably going to go, yeah, it's a big deal. It's like, no, it is. It is like a big deal because let me tell you how big of a deal it is. There are tribes in the world, that are like by the jungle somewhere. And when a boy comes to a point where he's going to become a man, he's dressed in his loincloth, and he's got his sandals, and that's about it. And they give him a sack of water, and they give him a knife. And they send him out in the woods with the wild animals. And he can't come back for 3 days. And if he comes back after 3 days, he's a man. Now think about that. They send him out so that he can take all the stuff that he's learned from his elders, like your mom and your dad and grandparents and uncles and aunts and everybody else. Take all that wisdom, and you got to go out and you got to survive on your own. And the thing is that Brent, you are awesome. You have the ability and the brains and the senses. You have all these things. You can go out there and you can get life done. If you ever wonder, how do I get life done? Just think of your mom and your dad, and think of how hard they work, and they're real steady people. Gosh, they love you, and they just want to take care of their life and you and have everything work out, and they work really hard. They go to work 9 to 5, that whole thing. And you've got some great examples there, Brent, and you are going to have to go out into the woods, and you are going to have to survive with water and a knife. Only the water and a knife might be, you got your keys to your car, you got your car, maybe you're going to go get an apartment, so you're going to have your keys to your apartment, and then you're going to be out there, and you're going to have to go to work, and you're going to, show up on time, and you're going to work hard, and you're going to get paid, and then you're going to have to decide, well, what else do I want to do with my life? Because guess what, Brent? At this point, it's your life. Your life. That's what it means. That's what a rite of passage is. It's a point beyond which you go, and you are no longer a child. You are no longer just the kid who fools around with the PlayStation and his phone and his friends and everything else, and goes to school, and it's all nice, and maybe you might have to occasionally work a few hours for a little gas money. No. Everything changes now. Everything changes. And you can do it because you were raised by people who showed you and gave you everything you need up here, everything you need. By example, they told you how to go out there and survive in the woods with your water and your knife. And this is what life is all about. And everybody's life is going to work out one way or another. And how, mine got a little rattled there at the end with some of this cancer stuff. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because I had to go do the same thing that I'm telling you about now. I had to go out there, and I had to go figure out how to live on my own, and finish up my degree, and go get a job, create a business, whatever I did, and make money. And that's the whole thing. And it's funny, Brent, I talked to your grandfather, my father, once about money, and I was a lot younger, and I was talking to him about it, and it was one of those things where I said, Dad, what's this thing about money with you? I mean, what's like your relationship with money? And he said, well, if you need more money, you just go get it. And this is a man who worked a lot of jobs. A lot of jobs. I mean, he was one of these people who just whatever he had to do, he did because he had responsibilities. And that's the other part of going out there in the woods with your bag of water and your knife is that, guess who's responsible for you now? Because there ain't nobody there to defend you but you. There ain't nobody there to do what you need to do except you. So you can go out there in the world and it's amazing. You can actually do, be, have whatever you want. It's like up to you. And you are responsible for your choices. You can't go back to mom and dad and say, oh, you messed me up. No, 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 no. You messed you up. Or you succeeded. And you know what? Don't be afraid when you try to do this or that you might fail. Because failure, well, guess what? That just lets you know that that's one way not to do that. And you might try again. You might fail again. And that's 2 ways. Now you know 2 ways not to do it. And eventually, you'll get to figure out how to do whatever it is you want to do. So you try, and don't worry about stumbling. If you stumble, you get up and you keep going. You just keep going, and that's what you got to do. You just got to keep on going. I mean, when they diagnosed me 4 years ago, they didn't give me a lot of time. And I said, hey, excuse me, no, I don't think so. I'm going to hang around for a while because, hey, you know what? I want to be around when Brent graduates, And I am. And I'm proud to be here, Brent, and I'm very proud to be your uncle. And I've known you for such a long time. You are such an intense person, You've always been into the things you're into. You collect things, you organize things, you know how to process information. I remember giving you some paper airplanes. You made them perfectly. Perfect. They flew beautifully. It was beautiful, Brent. I mean, you did such a great job. And that just showed me that you had the patience and the focus and the raw intelligence, whatever it takes to do things that a lot of people would just like push that off and go, that's too much trouble. But no, not you, Brent. I mean, you were able to just sit down, focus your mind, and get it done. And that's what it takes in life. You make a decision about what you want to do, and then you focus your mind on how to get it done, because there's only one person in the world who's going to get it done for you, and that's you. Your dad's not going to go run around for you anymore. Your mom's not going to go run around and do it. And if you are halfway done doing it and you decide you ain't going to do it, guess what? It ain't going to get done, because it's all on you now. And that's what it means to go, this rite of passage that you have to deal with, that is all about you becoming a man. And you might think that, you're 18 years old and, I'm a man now. And maybe so. But there's the, there's the part about actually doing it. And that's the part that you're about to embark on, is the beings and the doings of being a man, as opposed to being a high school student or being a kid or anything. You're a man now. So I'm taking, doing this video here, and the sun all of a sudden started shining through on my head. Look at that. Anyway, Brent, congratulations. Congratulations on your graduation. Congratulations on this major milestone in your life. Congratulations on taking the next steps forward as a man, not a boy, because you're a man now. And I love you. You take care and have a good life.